Jai Hind friends. Now in today's class we will talk about general organic chemistry's next topic, isomerism. Isomerism, this term already you have used in class 10. Isomerism means a formula, that molecular formula is represented by different arrangement of atoms. Okay, that is we can draw different structure for one molecular formula. So, isomerism is defined as the phenomenon in which one molecular formula is represented by different arrangement of atoms. Now, this isomerism basically classified in two ways, as structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. Structural isomerism tells us that the compound having same molecular formulas but they have different structures. Okay, different structures means what? Okay, so structure differ in number of carbon in parent chain, okay, or the position of substituent functional group, or it differs in the position of different chain. Okay, so structural isomerism is defined as the organic compounds having same molecular formula but they have different structures of compounds. These different compounds are called isomers. Okay, the one molecular formula, if it is represented by two structure, then these two structures are called isomers, and this phenomenon is called isomerism. Now, structural isomerism basically explained in five ways: chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional group isomerism, metamerism and tautomerism. The second class of isomerism is stereoisomerism. Stereo means the arrangement of atom in 3D. Okay, three-dimensional arrangement we'll see in stereoisomerism. There are two types of stereoisomerism, geometrical and optical. We'll discuss it later. So let's just start structural isomerism. Structural isomerism, first point is chain or skeleton isomerism. Okay, so if the compound having molecular formula C4H10, okay, this is the molecular formula is given to us, and we are discussing isomerism in this formula. Okay, so let's just draw the structure of this compound. Okay, this is simple N-butane. We can draw the structure like this, N-butane, or even we can draw the structure of same molecular formula is this. This is what? This is isobutane. Okay, this is N-butane and this one is isobutane. What is the difference between these two compounds? You can see the difference of parent carbon chain. This compound is having 4 carbon in parent carbon chain. Okay, this is 4 carbon chain. While see this compound is having only 3 carbon in parent chain. So chain isomerism tell us same molecular formula but different chain structures, that is different number of carbon in parent chain. Okay, clear? So this is example for chain isomerism. Now there is one condition for this isomerism you have to keep in your mind. Condition is minimum 4 carbon. Okay, minimum 4 carbon chain must be there. Okay, so if we are discussing chain isomerism and if the compound is having 4 carbon and more than 4 carbon, then only chain isomerism is possible. Other than carbon 1, 2, 3 do not show chain isomerism. Okay, now second isomerism, that is position isomerism. Position isomerism is that from the name it is very much clear, different positions are there. Okay, so compound for having same molecular formula will take the C4H9Br. Okay, one hydrogen is replaced by bromine. So the compounds having same molecular formula but different position of substituent, functional group or multiple bonds are there, called position isomerism. So for this molecular formula, what you can do? Okay, so I will draw the structure is like this. What is this? This is bromobutane. Okay, it's a bromobutane. Okay, or one bromobutane. Now, don't change the number of carbon in parent chain. Okay, so position isomerism is what? Having same molecular formula, you can check. It's C4H9Br. This is also C4H9Br. But this compound is different from this one. This is what? This is 2-bromobutane. It's a 2-bromobutane. Okay. Now, it is clear position isomerism in which substituents, functional group or multiple bonds have different position in different isomers. Clear? Now, next third isomerism, that is functional group isomerism. So, functional group isomerism, the compounds having same molecular formula but they have different functional group. Here, different functional group. Different functional group means, see, these are the functional group which are quite similar to one another. Carboxylic acid and ester, both are having C double bond O, single bond O. C double bond O, single bond O. Aldehyde CO, CO, ketone. Alcohol OH, that is O, and ether O. Nitro, NO2, and nitrate, ONO. Okay. So these are the functional group which are similar to each other in formula. So functional group isomerism, compounds having same molecular formula but they have different functional group. For example, C4H10O, C4H10O, and open the structure for this molecular formula. Probably you will open the structure is this. Okay, what is this? This is butanol, or this one. See, both the compound having same molecular formula. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, C4, H10, 3 to 5, and 5, 5, 10. 1 O. Here is a C4, H10 O. But this is hydroxy group and this one is ether. Okay. So this compound is methanoxy propane. So the compounds having same molecular formula but they have different functional group called functional group isomers. One more example, let we practice, and we are taking C3H6O. C3H6O. Okay. Open the compound. CH3, CH2, C double bond OH. This is what? It's an aldehyde. Okay. It's an aldehyde. Now, this is what? The same molecular formula. Both are having same molecular formula, that is C3H6O, but this one is propanol and this one is propanone. Okay, so this is called functional group isomerism. Now one trick how to do the functional group isomerism. Remember, if you have alkane plus O, alkane, you can check the formula C4H10, that is CnH2n plus 2. If you have alkane plus O, that's always alcohol whose functional group isomer is ether. Okay, if you have alkene, this one CnH2nO. If you have alkene plus O, that's aldehyde, and aldehyde's functional group is ketone. So this is trick. You can open the compound like this. If you have alkane plus O, so that is alcohol and its functional group isomer is ether. If we have alkene plus O, then we have to open in aldehyde with which functional group isomer is ketone. Similarly, if we have alkene, the same. If we have alkene but 2O2, for example, alkene plus O2, like C3H6O2. This is what? Alkene, which is CnH2n, and here it is O2. So alkene plus O2, then we have to open the compound in carboxylic acid. Okay, and whose functional group isomer is ester. Let's just do it. So this is CH3, CH2, C double bond O, single bond OH. Is it? Now this is what? Propanoic acid, and its functional group isomer is, we have to open it in ester form. So C, having same molecular formula C3H6O2. This is an ester, and this compound is what? Methyl ethanoate. Okay, and these two are functional group isomers of one another. So trick clear now? Alkane plus O, that's alcohol, whose functional group isomer is ether. Alkene plus O, that's aldehyde, whose functional group isomer is ketone. Alkene plus O2, that's carboxylic acid, and whose functional group isomer is ester. Okay, next isomerism is metamerism. Metamerism, in which compounds having same molecular formula but number of carbons, that's alkyl group, are different on either side of the functional group. Okay, meaning this isomerism is only possible in the functional group. Okay, this type of functional group. Okay, means bivalent functional group. So this functional group whose valency means both side it is connected with alkyl chain. So this bifunctional groups only shows metamerism, that is ether, thioether, okay, secondary amine and ketone. So this functional group shows metamerism, and the structures, that's isomers formed, are called metamers. For example, see the molecular formula that I have taken is C4H10 H11N. Okay, so that's this compound. The compound is N-ethyl ethanamine. This is, and its metamer is, you can see this is our functional group, and the functional group is here having both side ethyl, and its metamer, we can see there is only methyl group. One carbon is shifted to left hand side. So in metamerism, what happened? The number of carbon, okay, differ on either side of the functional group. One more example we can discuss here, like okay, that's ethanoxyethane. So ethanoxyethane, its metamer is CH3O CH2 CH2 CH. So this isomerism is possible in bifunctional group, that is the functional group which is both side connected with alkyl group. So number of alkyl group, number of carbon are different on either side of the functional group, changes their position, called metamers. Now next and last structural isomerism is tautomerism, that is special isomerism. Okay, this it is special functional group isomerism in which the isomer differ in the arrangement of atoms but they in dynamic equilibrium with each others. It is that means this isomerism is possible in special functional group like say double bond O, okay, carbonyl group, that is ketone group, keto group, okay, and this functional group is changed, means different atoms are there, arrangement is differ. So when its isomer form, so it convert into in and all, that is double bond and all group, okay, alcohol group. So that this isomerism is also called keto-enol isomerism. For example, see, this is ethylaldehyde. So what happened here? One hydrogen is shift here and this double bond goes there. So the structure formed is this double bond is shifting here and one hydrogen is moving to oxygen, CH2 double bond COH, that's in, and this one is all. It's in and all. And here the group C double bond O group is participating, which is keto. This is for aldehyde, but only C double bond O is participating. C double bond O is keto. So that it is called keto-enol tautomerism. One more example. See, so what happened? One hydrogen is going here and double bond will shift there. So the structure formed is CH3 CH double bond COH CH3. Same molecular formula, but these two structures are interconverting. Okay, that is why they are in dynamic equilibrium. Continuously they are flipping. The structures are continuously converting into one another. This is called tautomerism. So we have completed structural isomerism. All 5 type of isomerism we have discussed. Okay, chain, position, functional group, metamerism and tautomerism. Now we'll talk about the stereoisomerism. Okay, stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism means the arrangement of atoms in 3 dimensions. Okay, so the compounds having same molecular formula but the atoms are arranged differently in 3D is called stereoisomerism. Stereoisomerism basically having 2 classes, geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. So first we'll talk about geometrical isomerism. Geometrical isomerism is possible only in double bond compounds, that is possible in alkenes. And second condition, double bond, suppose this is double bonded carbon, so this carbon must have similar group. If this carbon is having A and B, so this one must have A and B. Okay, it is not here geometrical isomerism is possible. In this condition the geometrical isomerism is not possible. Means unsaturated carbons, if they have different functional group, then it is not possible. So these are the conditions. First, it is possible in alkenes, and second, unsaturated carbon must have similar groups. Now, this isomerism is also called cis-trans isomerism. See, okay, let's just put a central axis on a double bond. Okay, like this. Okay, through a double bond, we are putting a central axis. Now, check. Okay, if similar groups come on similar half, okay, if one half is having same group, that is A and A, B and B, if they have same group, then this form of compound is called cis form. Okay, when if the compound is like this, if we put a central axis and we see similar groups are not there, they are opposite, so this form of compound is called transform, and this is what geometrical isomerism. Okay, let's just do one example. Butene. Okay, so we are doing butene. Okay, this is butene. 1, 2, 3, 4. Butene. This is also butene. Now, which form is cis and which form is trans? So we can see this is clearly cis form and this one is trans form. Okay. Now, point to be remember, in cis form, the alkyl groups are on the same side. That is like this. CH3 is in 3D like this. This one is also. So the heavier groups are at same types and they repel one another. Okay, and because of bulkiness, this is having steric hindrance, and due to steric hindrance, cis form is less stable. Cis form is less stable. Why? Because of steric hindrance. What is steric hindrance? Bulkiness. Okay. While in trans form, the groups are opposite to one another, and because the bulkiness is not on the similar side, that's why trans form is more stable. Okay, so this is important point. In geometrical isomerism we have discussed, it is called cis and trans isomerism. If similar groups are at same side of central axis, called cis form. If they are at different side, opposite side, called trans form. Trans form is more stable because of less steric hindrance. Okay. Now, last isomerism, that is optical isomerism. So let's just talk about optical isomerism. So what optics? Optics is related to light. Okay. So the compounds, okay, compounds can rotate plane polarized light in any of the direction, either in clockwise or in anti-clockwise. So that is called optical properties of compounds. Optical isomerism is possible in the compounds which have chiral center. Okay, first point is the compound having chiral center shows optical isomerism. What is chiral center? So the carbon whose tetravalent, okay, we know every carbon is tetravalent. If the carbon is satisfied by its 4 valency with different atoms or groups, okay, you can see here it's A, B, C, D, different atoms, different groups are there such carbon, such center is called chiral center. Repeating, chiral center is what? The carbon whose all four valencies are different is called chiral center. Okay? Because of chiral center, if we put mirror here, so whose mirror image is like this. Mirror image, B will here, D goes here, A is here, C is here. A mirror image, okay, its mirror image cannot superimpose one another. Understand this. This is our right hand, and when we see our right hand on mirror, okay, here is a mirror, so we'll see this image. Okay, you can see our both hands are mirror image of one another. Okay, now put your one hand on other in the same way. They are not superimposing one another. Superimposing means thumb is not going on thumb. Same fingers are not superimposing same finger. So this is called chirality. Okay, this is called chirality. Okay, so in carbon compound, if the carbon is having four different groups, okay, or atoms, then it is called chiral carbon, and chiral center shows optical activity. Okay, so if the compound is having chiral carbon, so it is called optically active compound. For example, okay, if we have this group, this one, see, this compound is having one chiral center is here, so its isomer will be its mirror image, because we are discussing isomerism. So its isomerism is, its isomer is its mirror image. Okay, so this are optical isomerism. Okay, the compounds having same molecular formula, but okay, the arrangement of groups in 3D are different. Optical isomerism is possible only if the compound is having chiral center. Chiral center is what? The carbon who is connected with four different groups are atoms. Okay, these are the isomer of this compound. Optically active compound is this. Okay. Now the question is, what type of question is asking from this concept isomerism? Okay, so let's just practice few questions. The question is, how many possible structure isomers for the molecular formula C5H12? Question is, we are provided with the molecular formula and it is asked how many structural isomers are possible. So let's just do C5H12. Okay, one is CH3, first simple and pentane, second isopentane, neopentane. Okay, so there are three structures, three isomers are possible. Because it is simple alkane, so we'll draw the only chain isomerism is possible, because there is no functional group, no double triple bond, so only chain isomerism is possible in this compound. So we have three isomers. If we change the question, we have C6H14. Then how many are possible? So let's just do it. and hexane. Okay, this is what 2-methyl pentane. Okay, now if I change the position of this CH3 group here, so then different isomer I will get. See, it's a 3-methyl pentane. Further, if I change the position of this CH3 group, then it will again 2-methyl pentane only. So there is no use of this. Now again deduce the chain in parent carbon. So right now we are having 5 carbon chain. Let's just deduce it 4 carbon chain, and we'll have 2 branches like this. Okay. So we have 2,2-dimethyl butane, 2,2-dimethyl butane, or we have 2,3-dimethyl butane. Any other structure is possible? Okay. Any other structure is possible? No. So we have total how many? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 isomers for this compound. For C6H14. Clear? Now let's just practice one more example with substituent. Okay. So we'll have here C5H11Br. Let's just do it for you. So it's let's just use line structure for this, or simple structure. CS3. Okay, that's simple. Bromopentane. So first make position isomer. Two bromopentane. Okay. Next. Three bromopentane. It's not possible now again. We'll move ahead. So we'll get 2 bromopentane again. Next one is chain isomerism. So we are reducing the chain CH2Br, and this is CH. Okay, so now we have 4 carbon chain here. This is what? 1 bromo, 2 methyl butane. Okay. Now keep the bromine group here and move the methyl group over. This is what? 1 bromo, 3 methyl butane. Okay. Now change the position of bromine also. Okay. Now see what is this? 2 bromo, the next, keep bromine over there. This is what? 2-bromo, 3-methyl, butane. Okay. So, how many structures we have done? 7 structures we have made. 7 isomers are structural isomers are possible for this compound. Okay. So this is done. In this way, you have to solve the question asked. If it is asked how many isomers, so now the question is isomers, including stereoisomerism also. Okay, so now we have to find the chiral center. If only structural isomerism is not asked, all the isomers are asking. So what we have to do? We have to find the chiral center. So where the chiral center are present? You can see CH3, Br, H and different. So here is one chiral center. Okay. Now there is no chiral center. No chiral center. Here no chiral center. Look at this. Here is a chiral center. Ethyl group, methyl group, different group and H. So this one is chiral center. And for this one, there is no chiral center here. For this, no chiral center. Here, no chiral center. So we have 2 more structure for optically active compound. So total 7 and then plus 2 is 9. Okay. So in this way, we have to solve the question. Okay. Can we do more changes? So 5 carbon chain can be reduced into 3 carbon chain also. In what way? So C, CH3, 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 CH2, P. Okay. So this is one more isomer is possible for the same compound. This is, so total how many isomers now we have done? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 isomers we have done and 2 optically active.